If you're thinking about buying a home in Colorado and you have questions about how this process works, this video is for you. I'm going to go through the home buying process from start to finish so you can avoid the headaches and the mistakes most home buyers face. Hi, my name is McClellan. I'm the owner of Colorado Team Real Estate. We are one of the top teams in the area, and we have been in business for over 12 years. So please like this video, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any content about buying, selling, and living in Colorado. And with that said, let's jump into this home buying process and answer all the questions you have about buying a home in Colorado. So what I'm going to do is quickly just share my screen. And we're going to jump over to our website, coloradoteam.com, and that's where I want you to head. So once you're on our website, click on buying, and it's going to open up a new link. This has got a ton of information to help you with the home buying process. First off is our home buying playlist. This is a video we send out to our clients as we're going through the process. So we're always keeping them a step ahead of what's actually happening in the process. So that way you know what the home inspection is and how that process works, what the appraisal is and how that process works. So that's what all those videos are right there. This is our buying guide that we're going to jump into. Lenders, how to set up a home search, what the purchase contract looks at, tips to make an offer stand out, multiple offer strategies, home inspection, appraisal gap, you name it. If there's something about buying a home, we've got it all for you right here. So jump over to coloradoteam.com and go to that link. So with that said, we're going to open up the home buying guide. This is what is going to take us from start to finish and where we're going to spend our time in this video. So you'll open up the guide over here on the right-hand side. You can click to get this open. And this is a timeline from start to finish, all the major steps in the home buying process. And then just a little bit about our company. As I mentioned, we've been in business for over 12 years now, on track to sell over 200 homes this year. So we're really high octane agents that are in the game here. We know what it takes to get offers accepted and how to get you the best deal in this market. So step number one, whenever you go to buy a house, is to get your financing in order. So there's two ways to pay for a house. One, which is most common, is you're going to go out and get a mortgage from a lender to pay for the property. Along with that, you're probably going to have some sort of a down payment or deposit that goes in with that mortgage. Second way is to pay cash for it. And whenever a cash buyer, there's still a little bit of setup here. We need you to get a proof of funds letter. So that way, if you make an offer on a house for $1 million, the seller knows that you've got $1 million in the bank. So first step, get with the lender, get your financing set up. We work with the best lenders on the front range. So whether you're a veteran or you're doing a conventional financing or whatever you're looking for in the mortgage world, reach out to us. We're going to connect you with those top players in the mortgage world. And there's a little bit here about the do's and don'ts. So one thing that I want you to avoid is once you get pre-qualified for this mortgage, please do not go out and buy a car. Don't open any new credit accounts. Don't make large purchases because all that throws off your debt to income ratio that the lender is working with to get you qualified for the loan. So whenever we're buying a house, we just want to be really diligent with our finances. Don't make any large purchases. So reach out to us. We'll connect you with a top lender, somebody that we know, like, and trust to get the job done for you at the right price. Once the financing is in order, then we will set up the home search. So our website is updated every 15 minutes with the MLS. You're going to hear of the MLS several times. That is the multiple listing service. And that's what an agent puts a home up for sale on. So if I take a listing today, I'm going to go into the MLS, multiple listing service, and put that house online. Then from there, it's going to distribute out to all the major home search websites, all the brokerage websites, all the agents' websites. And it just depends, on all these sites when they're updated. So you'll notice with our website, it's updated every 15 minutes. Then you'll notice with like Realtor.com, sometimes it takes up to a day. You'll notice with Zillow, it takes a little bit longer. So all these websites are connected to the MLS. So if you want to find the best place to look for a house, it's going to be the MLS. So for Denver, that's recolorado.com. And for Colorado Springs, that's ppar.com. So those websites are updated instantly. And just as they refresh, as they sync, new homes come out for sale. Truth is, just find what works for you with those major home search websites, whichever one you're comfortable with. That's the one we want you to use. And we'll also have you set up on a search inside our team with the MLS. That way you never miss a property that's for sale. So step two, set up your home search. Step number three is to schedule a showing. So once you've got your home search set up And, there at first, there's probably going to be some homes on the market currently that you want to go look at. So it's real simple. All you do is reach out to us with the address or the MLS number and the day and time you want to go look at that house. So let's say we see a house we like, we want to go look at it here in about an hour. What we're going to do is reach out to the seller, request a showing. It's 2 o'clock now. We're going to request a showing for 3 o'clock. And then the seller confirms that, and we confirm it with you. And then we're going to go over and meet you at the property. What I recommend is that you look at between, always less than 5 or 6 homes. What I've found is that when we take somebody out and we try to cover 15 homes in a day, which we've done, is we lose focus after about 5 or 6. We've seen all these homes. We forget, which one had the really nice kitchen, which one had the great view, which one was in the cul-de-sac. And it's just, you're trying to figure out what all you've seen. So the best strategy is to pick your top 5, go out and look at those 5 on day 1. Then pick your second 5, go out and look at those on day 2. And then once you've kind of covered what's currently on market, now you're playing the game of as soon as something hits the market that you like, you're going to want to run out and see that. One of our advantages working as a team is that if there's ever a time your agent is out of town or across town, we've got 6 agents here on Colorado team that are available to run out and show you that home that day at your time, at your convenience. So that way you never miss out on a house because of us. So super crucial that you also work with a team in your home buying journey. Most showings are going to take about 15 minutes. 15, if we really love it. I've seen people stay, 45 minutes to an hour, but if you're just kind of trying to plan your day, like when you should go look at the house and when you should get the kids from daycare, plan about 15 minutes. So if your showing starts at 3 o'clock, then you're going to be there from 3 to 3:15, maybe 3:30 if you like it. It just depends on how much time you need to feel comfortable inside the house, but plan about 15 minutes per showing. And then after the showing, we're going to ask you for some feedback because we want to tell the seller, hey, we really loved this about the house, but these were the deal breakers. That way they understand what they need to do to get their home sold. After the showings, then we're going to move on to making an offer. So we've gone out, we've looked at the homes. Most buyers look at 11 homes. I know kind of a weird number, but that's what we've found. Most buyers are looking at 11 homes before they make an offer and go under contract. So once you find the right house, the next thing that we're going to do is go in and do a home value report. So we're going to look at all the homes in that area that have recently sold. We're basically going to do an appraisal on this property and say, here's how much this home is worth. Then we're going to talk to the seller because terms are also really important in your offer. So we want to know, when is that seller moving? Why are they moving? What are they looking for in an offer? We're going to find out all the details that can make your offer stronger. So we're going to get those details along with our pricing strategy. We're going to call you, talk through price, talk through terms, talk through all the major things that go into an offer. And then we'll put that offer together for you and send it over. And what's really nice is it's all electronic signatures. So you can sign on your phone or your tablet or your computer. And as soon as you sign, comes back to us, we get that in our inbox and we're ready to send it over to the seller. So we're going to take your offer. We're going to send it over to the seller along with your proof of funds or your pre-qualification letter. And if you're working with a lender, we're going to have that lender call the seller's agent and present you as the best possible buyer for this house. And then most of the time, the seller's going to take about 24 hours to get back to you on your offer, whether they accept it, they counter it, or they reject it. So those are the 3 outcomes for an offer whenever you make it. Now, once your offer is accepted, then we move into our home inspection period for most properties. So the first thing we're going to do is put in our initial deposit. That's called earnest money. And this is just your guarantee to the seller or your promise that you are serious about this offer, that you're serious about this contract and you plan on moving forward. This earnest money comes back to you at closing as part of your down payment or closing costs, however you want to utilize it. So earnest money is typically 1% of the purchase price. So if you're buying a house for $500,000, expect your earnest money to be about $5,000. And then once we get into the luxury price range, anything over $1 million, we typically see that on up closer to 2%. So if you're buying a house for $1 million, it's going to be closer to 20,000. Just depends on the property, everything, they're all different. There's really no de facto on how that works. After the earnest money is deposited with the title company, then we're going to move on to doing our home inspection. So this is just a general home inspection. We're going to go in, check everything from the foundation all the way up to the roof and everything in between. So you can kind of expect, like, maybe we've got a window that doesn't open and stay open properly. Maybe we've got an electric outlet that doesn't work. Maybe we've got some plumbing issues where sink's just a little bit slow to drain, or it's been leaking underneath the kitchen sink. All those things, those are going to be checked out in this general home inspection. Then if there's anything major, like the electric needs updated, we can bring in a specialist to check those things out. All homes are sold as is per the contract, but it just depends on the market, kind of where we're at on this, if you can ask the seller for repairs. So let's say we've got a window that's fogged over, it's leaking, it's sealed. Now is our time to go ask the seller, hey, we want you to make a repair to this window, or we want to ask you for a credit. I tend to lean towards the credit because I know these sellers and I know they're going to go out there and they're going to find the cheapest option just to get the job done in a timely manner right before closing. So if it's possible, get the credit and then get the job done by a quality contractor during, at your leisure, whenever it's right for you. You just want to make sure that job's done right, not sloppy. After we negotiate and kind of agree to repairs, then the next step is the appraisal if you're buying it with a mortgage. So your lender is going to hire an appraiser and their job is to go out there and make sure the house is worth what you're paying for it. Because if the lender is going to give you a loan for $1 million, they just want to know that that house is worth $1 million. So step two, second big hurdle is the appraisal. So we get earnest money in, home inspection's done, appraisal's done. Now we are ready for closing. So what we're going to do is reach out to the title company and they are going to balance all the numbers between the mortgage and your down payment, send out a final settlement statement so you can see exactly what you're paying at closing, be some HOA fees in there, be some insurance fees in there. So you'll get to see everything prior to going to that closing table. Next step is you will go get a cashier's check made out to the title company, and then you'll bring that to closing as your down payment or your funds for closing. And then your lender is going to wire over the money for the other part of that purchase. Closing takes about an hour whenever you're a buyer. And that is a super fun day. That is the day we get to celebrate. That is most often the day that you take possession and you get the keys. So super exciting day on the day of closing. And I love it here in Colorado that once you sign, that house is yours, you're getting the keys and you're getting to go over there right away. It's not the case in every state. So some things we do here to really help you out on your home buying journey. First off, we set up custom home search campaigns. What that means is that we're not only looking at what's on the MLS, we're also looking at off-market properties every single day, really digging in, trying to find these opportunities for you, trying to create opportunities for you. We also offer unlimited showings. So I said that most buyers look at 11 homes. We've had people look for up to 2 years. They've looked at close to 100 homes. We've had people fly in, look at one house that day, buy that house. So just whatever fits you and fits your home search schedule, that's what we're going to do for you. We've got a mobile app to help you along through this process. We've got exclusive access to all the listings that we take as a team. We're happy to share those with you so you know what's going to be coming on the market. And then also we have got strong partnerships with the local lenders, with home inspectors, electricians, movers, cleaners, you name it. If you need it for your house, we've got relationships with those people. They work fast for us. They work at a fair price for us. So lean into us for anything that you could possibly need for your home. And also, we have got a cash offer program. So we can turn you from a finance buyer into a cash buyer, makes your offer stand out to a seller, also helps you whenever you're negotiating with that seller. So if you have any questions about the home buying process, this is just the big overview. Dive into some of that other content to really understand it. And whenever the time's right, reach out to me. My name's McClellan. I'm the owner of Colorado Team Real Estate. I would love to help you with any purchase throughout, Denver Metro, Colorado Springs. We've got a development up in Woodland Park. We're there a lot. We do a little bit out in the mountains. So just reach out to me. Happy to share with you all my knowledge about Colorado real estate. Thanks so much.